Welcome to Cinema Bites, your go-to for movie recaps in a flash. Big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The movie begins with Cynthia, who is a spiritual doctor. She is in a treatment session with a man, probably there because his son was lost. As soon as she touched his head to delve into it and understand exactly what happened to him, she encounters Larry, the little boy who is lost. She reassures him saying, "Don't worry, I'll bring you back to your family," but tells him he must help himself and get up. The cursed one attacks her, to the extent that Cena recoils in her arm and abruptly ends the session. Cena looks at her arm while Larry's father keeps looking around, confused and unsure of what to do. Cena tries to comfort him, assuring him that he is safe now, and even gives him another session appointment. After he leaves, her daughter Jory enters to check on her. Cena asks Jory to search for Larry's teachers from when he was young, giving her the description of one teacher and mentioning the yellow faded color of the school walls where he worked. Jory then goes to Larry's father, explaining that these sessions are beneficial because they rely on the mind, which is stronger than the body. When he asks if Cena had ever entered her mind before, Jory replies, "No, she might have uncovered all her secrets." Jory explains that Cena is afraid of what she might see. She also tells him that her mother is known worldwide as a psychological healer and that her father used to work in the same field as her mother. A while later, there's a knock at the door. When Jory goes to see who it is, she finds a little girl asking for her mother, wanting to see her urgently. After some insistence, Jory lets her in because it was raining outside. Jory asks the girl about her parents, and the girl explains that her father is following her and that she needs to talk to Cena urgently before he arrives. She admits to stealing the paper with Cena's name and address from her father, which is why he will surely notice and come right away. As soon as the girl sits down, she keeps saying she's in danger and doesn't need anyone, not the police or any human being at all, because no one can save her except Cena. Jory notices the girl's hands and finds them very strange. She tells the girl that she can't meet the elder, Cena, right now, because there are procedures to follow first. The girl introduces herself as Riley. Jory asks how Riley knows her mother, and Riley explains that someone named Agatha told her father about Cena, saying she was the only one who could help her. Jory asks Riley what's so strange about her that Cena might help, and Riley reveals that she sees things that shouldn't be seen. Jory insists she must describe it first to understand her story. Riley says it's something dark that can control a human and yet isn't human, and it looks at her like a hungry dog. She also reveals that it only says one word. As Riley is about to say the word, she freezes and says, "It's standing behind you." But when Jory turns around, she can't see it. Riley keeps turning around, looking for it, as it was prowling behind her. At that moment, Cena senses something strange and quickly goes to see what's happening. When she steps outside, she sees this thing, who terrifies her to the point of speechlessness. Suddenly, Riley's father opens the door and enters. When Jory tells him Riley came seeking help, he dismisses her, saying, "We don't need anything from anyone." He takes Riley and leaves. Meanwhile, Cena is still in shock. Later, Cena sits drinking coffee, silent, while Jory keeps asking her what Riley's father might be hiding. Cena reveals the name Agatha that Riley mentioned. When Jory suggests involving the police, Cena explains that the police have no role in this matter, and neither she nor the police can help Riley. When Jory insists on understanding what's happening, Cena tells her she saw Jamaica, who is connected to Riley and is extremely terrifying. Cena admits she believes Riley because her body and soul are trembling. Jory insists her mother must help the girl and says her father would never have hesitated. Cena responds, "That's exactly why your father isn't here." Jory storms off to her room, spending the night working to distract herself. When Cena checks on her, Jory reveals she's working on Larry's case and shows her a picture of the bald teacher. Cena asks Jory to send her the picture urgently. Cena tries to explain why she refused to get involved with Riley, saying she feared what she saw and remembered the last case her husband worked on. He had tried to help a woman whose condition was similar to Riley's, but Jory remains adamant, pointing out that her father never hesitated to help anyone in need. Cena continues, saying she can't risk their lives, and advises her daughter to grow up and not be impulsive. That night, Jory dreams of something strange, seeing herself as a child and hearing her father's footsteps. The next morning, Cena is surprised to find Jory awake and dressed to go out, unusual for her on a day off. Jory explains she has errands with friends and leaves. She heads to Agatha's address and successfully finds her house. Agatha was her mother's friend. When Jory asks Agatha about Riley and why she sent her to Cena, Agatha explains she had noticed strange signs on the girl and learned her mother had died mysteriously. Feeling sorry for Riley, Agatha wanted to help her. Jory tells Agatha she genuinely cares about Riley and wants to help her too, asking Agatha not to hide anything from her. Agatha confirms that Cena is the only one who can treat Riley. Meanwhile, Cena speaks with Detective John, asking him to keep an eye on Doug, Larry's teacher. John objected and told her that all this emotional talk wouldn't work with them. As soon as he hangs up, he immediately reports that someone needs to monitor Doug because he suspects him. Sina is sitting alone at home, and every time she remembers the sight of the demon, her hair stands on end. She looks at her husband's picture and says she has never felt the power of this entity before. She's certain she won't be able to help her. On the other side, Jory had managed to reach Riley's house. As soon as her father sees Jory, she tells him she's there to talk to Riley. He informs her they don't need a psychologist and is adamant about his opinion. He also tells her his daughter isn't there at all. As soon as he leaves her and enters his workshop, Jory sneaks in unnoticed and enters the house until she reaches Riley's room. When she opens the door, she finds a wardrobe and notices there's a door inside the wardrobe, locked with a padlock. In short, it's hiding a big secret. She immediately goes to the kitchen, grabs a screwdriver and breaks the lock. As soon as she opens the door, she finds a basement in front of her. Just as she's about to call her mother, she sees Riley in front of her. Riley tells her he's not keeping her locked up, he's locking up them. Just as Jory is responding to her mother, Randall sneaks up behind her and hits her with a stick, knocking her unconscious. On the other side, Agatha calls Sina and tells her she wanted to check on Jory. She informs her that Jory had come asking about Riley and that she even told her the location of the house. At this point, Sina loses her mind and tells her she's coming immediately. Meanwhile, Jory regains consciousness and finds herself tied to a chair. Beside her is a woman. Randall enters and insists on knowing the password to her phone. He keeps telling her to remember he said they didn't want help, but she insisted and even entered the house and searched it. Jory keeps saying she can help. Randall tells her there's only one solution, and it's what he's doing to prevent what happened to her late mother. He explains that all the demon wants is to feed on anyone. Suddenly, Riley feels very sick, and Randall tells her to go in and do her part. Riley approaches Jory, puts her hands on her, and the demon appears. It grabs Jory by her arm, and she starts screaming until the demon is satisfied and disappears. Meanwhile, Sina arrives and takes Agatha with her. Randall sends Sina a message from her daughter's phone, saying she's going away for 2 days with her friends, so she won't worry. Of course, this makes her worry even more, because she knows her daughter would never suddenly disappear like that. Randall was preparing to flee with his daughter and tells her they need to throw Jory into the lake. Riley grabs the pliers without him noticing and goes to Jory, telling her she'll try to delay her father for a while so she can free herself and escape quickly. Riley quickly leaves, and Jory begins freeing herself. The pliers fall to the ground, and at the same time, Randall notices the pliers are missing. He immediately figures out what Riley is up to. She frees herself, but Randall points his gun to her. Riley intervenes, stands in front of her father, and tells him she won't let him hurt her because she's the only one who decided to help her. Just as he's about to shoot Jory, the woman attacks. A bullet hits Riley, but unfortunately, before she dies, Jory is beside her, hearing strange noises and seeing the spirit entering her. Quickly, Jory got up to escape and met her mother on the road. She kept crying. At that time, Randall quickly fled his house, and when Sina took her daughter to the police, she learned from John that he had found Riley's corpse and that she had been transferred to the hospital. Most of the doctors knew her, since she had been with her mother throughout her illness in the hospital. The big disaster was that John told her they had found many stories and clarified that they were victims of Riley's demon. He also informed her that he was monitoring Doug, and indeed found his behavior strange, and we will know more when the investigation is complete. Meanwhile, Jory was sitting with the investigators, recounting what had happened. Suddenly, she saw the spirit in front of her, attacking her. She kept screaming, and no one understood what was happening. They took her to her mother as her condition was very difficult. Her mother took her home, and Sina kept comforting her daughter, telling her she had warned her million. She begged her mother to hold a session with her because she saw the spirit around her and felt it was still there. But Sina refused, telling her that if it was inside her, she would have felt it. Sina was truly afraid to confirm her suspicion because she felt her daughter might meet the same fate as her father. Jory got angry, stormed off to her room and said to her mother, "Wisdom says to overcome fear. You must face it." She decided to be strong and face what had happened with courage. Sina finally agreed to hold a session with Jory and asked Agatha to wake her quickly if she felt any danger. The session began, and Sina found herself in an empty place, seeing a picture of her husband hanging and a strange house. She saw her daughter Jory as a child, sitting by the door, afraid to enter the house. Suddenly, the glass broke, and she saw blood on the window. When she decided to enter, she saw a picture of herself, her husband, and their daughter. As she climbed the stairs, the spirit appeared and grabbed her arm tightly. Agatha saw Sina trembling and experiencing strange things. She slapped her to wake her up. When she woke up, she made Jory sleep for a while and asked Agatha to stay next to her, saying she needed to go on an urgent trip. She reassured her that a car was monitoring the house. Cena went to the hospital where Riley's mother had been treated, asking someone she knew to introduce her to the doctor who had treated Riley's mother. After many attempts, she was told about Dr. Whitaker. The condition resembled flesh-eating disease, and Dr. Whitaker had resigned. She took his address and went to visit him. He explained that the disease was like slow death, with her condition deteriorating day by day. Her hair and teeth fell out, as if her body was decomposing while she was alive. He had never seen such a case before. One day, she asked him to come closer, saying something was controlling her and was with her now. It was a terrifying sight. She told him she was extremely hungry, grabbed his arm, and he felt like he was burning. He managed to escape with difficulty, swearing never to enter her room or the hospital again. He showed her his arm, which was scarred from the incident. Later, he learned she had died, but Riley was holding her hand. In the other side, Jory had a nightmare. When she woke up to drink water, she saw Agatha sleeping. In the kitchen, she found Randall behind her. He quickly took her and fled, leaving Agatha unconscious. When Cena arrived, she found Agatha in another world. The house was turned upside down and Jory was missing. Cena went to the police, unable to find her daughter. Randall had taken Jory to the forest, planning to bury her alive because she was the last person near his daughter. He was sure the spirit was inside her, and when it got hungry, it would emerge and kill her. After burying her, he went to surrender himself but refused to say anything about Jory. Cena begged John to let her interrogate him, hoping to find her daughter. Meanwhile, Jory was screaming, unheard, while the spirit consumed her alive. John allowed Cena to enter, and she held a session, entering Randall's mind. She saw everything he had done in the past 2 days, including burying her daughter in the forest. She quickly called John, but Randall kept saying, "Don't take her out. Let her die with it so we can all rest." Cena and the police rushed to the forest, remembering everything she saw until they reached the burial site. They dug and found the coffin, seeing Jory barely alive. Cena tried to revive her, but the spirit appeared, saying it wanted her. The police arrived, and Cena asked Agatha to help her save her daughter and distract the police. She began another session, seeing the same house but with her daughter grown up. Exhausted, she took her inside the house. When Cena went up the stairs alone, she saw the den of demons. All they could say was that they wanted to eat. They attacked her and kept strangling her. She was resisting and was able to get inside his mind and see his world. At that time, Jory froze her heart and went after her mother. She saw her father's body hanging and knew what his fate was. As for John, he reached Cena's place and kept calling her. She started to feel distracted and told her, "Whatever you're doing, finish quickly." She was in a completely different world, but suddenly the sad one was able to tie her up. Before he could finish her off, Jory appeared from behind him and grabbed him with the sword. She helped her mother and they actually got rid of the hungry slanderer. Jory and Cena woke up after she was able to catch up with her daughter. After about 6 months, Cena decided to hold a session for Jory to save her soul. Her father, who is attached, she untie the rope and Cena tells her how proud she is of her and that she is much stronger than her because she did not delay in helping anyone, even if it is at her own expense. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.